So I get called in the office one day and my manager is handing me this letter that for what was that letter all about, and she goes to me, Cedric, this is a warning for you. This is a verbal warning given to you because a staff member complained about you. That staff member felt belittled by you and your approach was not appropriate. So I'm handing this letter to you. So imagine how I felt that day, because the next thing I wanted to know was, why was I given a warning? What was the reason behind that warning? And did I really deserve a warning? And for a manager like me, I never felt like I was going to hurt someone. I never felt of doing anything wrong to someone. And here I was receiving my first warning as a manager. And in this video, I'm going to explain you how I received this disciplinary letter. And you will tell me what you think of it. Did I really deserve it? Did I do the right thing? Because before me receiving that letter, there's a story behind. And I'm going to share this story with you. Hi everyone, here we go for another video, and today I'm going to share with you a personal thing that happened to me. This is something personal that happened to me, and like I said on this channel, I'm talking about my own experience as a manager. I'm authentic. I want to share with you what I've been through, my struggles, so that I hope that you don't go through the same struggles, and my success, so I hope that inspires you in your management, in your leadership. So if you want to know what is the real life of being a manager in a leadership role, what is the real life of being a manager on the ground, if you really want to progress and have, let's say, a second opinion of someone else who's been a manager before, this channel is for you, and you want to subscribe and activate the notification button so you won't miss any video I leave here on a weekly basis for you. And also, if you are going to be a manager soon, well, this channel is also for you, because in this channel, you're going to learn about what it is to be a manager, a leader, and I really hope you will learn from this channel. So today we're going to talk about a personal story of mine. As you guys know, on this channel I'll talk about my experience a lot, and I'm going to share with you the first time and the only time I received a disciplinary letter. And normally a manager receiving a disciplinary letter, this is not something to be proud of, and it takes me some courage to share that with you on this channel. But I also think maybe I can share that with you so you guys can give me your opinion on the day I received my first and only disciplinary letter as a manager. So the story goes as this. In a team that I used to lead, I used to manage, I had a very good team dynamic. They were working very hard, and I had a good chemistry with my team to the point that they were telling me everything, almost everything. We talked about the professional life, the private life as well. It was like a family. And I had some team members coming to me, one person coming to me and saying and complaining about a particular team member and a particular colleague. And they were complaining about how that person was behaving in the team. And it was only one complaint, right? So as a leader, as a manager, I listened to that person complaining, and I said, okay, thank you for your feedback. I'm going to work on it. And obviously, because it's only one complaint, you just observe. You're not taking action straight away. So I was just observing around me. And then a few weeks later, a second person came complaining about the same person. When something like that happens, then as a leader, as a manager, you got to do something. You got to understand what's going on. And that particular person, for some reason also, well, we had in a company what we called a mystery shop. So that was somebody that would come in a company as a mystery client, and we pretend to be a client, but behind it, that was someone that was sent by the company to kind of see how we're serving customers. And that person will make a report as to how he was or she was served. And based on that, we will have an idea of how customers are treated, and we rectify what we have to rectify. And obviously, if someone has been mystery shopped, as we called it, and didn't have a good score, then that person, we have a chat with the manager, and we come together, we sit down together and see what didn't really work and how we can improve it for the next time. This is something very important for any company that is really customer service focused. And that person that people were complaining about, that person failed twice that mystery shop. So that person didn't serve twice two mystery clients. And it happened in the past that that person also failed, but the manager did not deal with that there and then, right? That manager didn't do anything. And I don't know the reason for it. Is it because they didn't want to face the music? Is it because they thought that it wasn't worth spending time talking to that person when other people were actually talked to? They actually had some conversation with a line manager. So that wasn't kind of fair compared to the others. And it just came in a point at the time when I had to do a performance review on team members. And I took the occasion to talk to that team member about the complaint I received. So far, if you like the story, because it gives me some, I had to take some courage to talk about it here. And during that performance review, we talked about the 2 mystery shops that person failed. So I explained to that team member that failing twice wasn't a good example, especially that person was a senior member of staff. So what example that would give to the newcomers, and especially that we had a lot of new people that we hired at that time. After that, I also talked about the complaint that I received from other team members. And the complaint I received was the fact that people were not feeling well when they were working with that team member. And so during that meeting, we talked about all the things that that person could do to improve and get better. And I was there to say, look, if you want some help, I'm there to help you because I know you have potential. I know you can do better. You can definitely help and be a better individual, and you can grow in a company, but you've got to fix this. If not 1, not 2, not 3 people came to complain about your attitude or the environment that is around you when you're working, then there's definitely something that is not right that we can change together. And I'm here to support you all the way. And after that meeting, everything went well. I asked the person, is there anything that they wanted to share with me? The person said to me, no, there was nothing about it. I said, well, if there's nothing you want to share, let's review this in a couple of weeks and see how you're improving. If you're struggling, I'm going to ask as well the people that complain about it, I'm going to ask them as well how they feel about your improvement, and we take it from there. This goes with your development. A couple of days later, I received that phone call from my manager saying that she received a complaint about me as a manager. That person felt belittled, worthless for the company. And I couldn't recognize any of it in all the things I said during that meeting. That I said, I wanted to talk to that person straight away. I'm the kind of person that wants to confront things. I don't want to hide somewhere and pretend that everything's okay. If I did something wrong, I want to fix it myself. I want to be there and face the music. I want to talk to that person so that person can tell me what I did wrong, because I don't think in any way that I did something that would be offensive or being brutal or being belittling at all. And I wanted to face that. But my manager said to me, look, the person doesn't want to speak to me. If everything was okay until that point, if I did something offensive, I did say something offensive or something that the person didn't like, then obviously we can talk about it. And even not wanting to have a mediator, I thought that there was definitely something fishy about that person. At the end of it, as company procedure, I received a warning letter because one person complained about the way I handled that situation. That person complained about the way she felt during that meeting. Obviously, that stayed with me for some times, but with time, I managed to get rid of it in my mind and to just go with the flow. So let me know in the comment, what do you think about that? Do you think that deserved a letter, a disciplinary letter? Would you have done the same thing, or would you have dealt with it a different way? Let me know in the comments. So that was a story that I wanted to share with you regarding me, a manager, receiving a disciplinary letter. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. If you like the story, subscribe and activate the notification button, right? That is something to do as well. I'll see you then.